Alright. Important email organization. Welcome to my email inbox. Yes, each of those cubes on the floor represents one of my important emails. Our other boss said she would help me organize them. She very nicely made 10 folders for me down there at the bottom, and she labeled them 0 through 9, and she said we need to sort my email into those 10 folders. For example, emails with the number 2 through 29 go into the 2 folder, emails with the number 7 through 79 go into the 7 folder, emails with a 0 through 9 go in the 0 folder. Got it? I don't really understand email, but I'm lucky to have such a good friend. Okay, thanks for your help, guys. Okay, so we're going to use nearest cube. Do not pick up the label 0 through 9 directly above each shredder. They will explode. So we'll do nearest data cube. And I guess something that I'll have to remember is that we only pick up a data cube if it's not above a shredder. So, how do we figure out what our tens digit place is? So we have division. If we divide, like, 29 by 10, I think that it's gonna give us the floor, right? There's only one way to find out. So mem1 is equal to nearest data cube. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set mem2 is equal to what I'm standing on divided by 10. So I think this will, if this works the way that I think it will tell us the tens place number in mem2. Unless it rounds up. But let's just find out. We'll put this on, so this person went and they picked up, I forgot to tell them to step to mem2. So they need to step to, well, also, instead of what they're standing on, I can just have them divide mem1 by 10, which will also give me the number. So 51, they have divided it by 10, and they got 5. I would really like for the game to not... Okay, so this person is 99. They've divided by 10, they get 9. Okay, so this won't round up. Which is great. So that does give us the tens place number. Now, what's interesting to me then is I need to figure out how to go to each shredder. So what I can do is once they've picked up a data cube, they can just walk down and then walk. What I can do, if I could set it to this place, what I would do is I'd have everyone walk to this cube and then just walk this way until they found the tile that matches their tens place. But I don't have that, unfortunately. So the lazy solution is to walk down until they're standing on a shredder and then walk walk down until they're standing on above a shredder, and then walk left and right at random until they get to the one that they're standing on. It's not efficient, it's not smart, it's lazy, and I'm gonna do it. So we have set mem1 to be the nearest data cube, we've set mem2 to be the position, the tens place there. However, we want to make sure that we're only picking up data cubes that are not above shredders. So what we'll need to do is after something is shredded, we'll also need to just walk up like 2 at a minimum. That means that we'll never, we'll only pick up a data cube if, so our nearest, so we have to do 2 things. If we walk up twice, then our nearest will always be one of those cubes. The only worrisome case is when they're, trying to think then. I could also do something really funny here, so I'm going to do that. Mem4 is going to be their starting position, And they're just going to return to that every time when they do nearest. That way they will for sure not pick any, like, I'm not worried about them picking these cubes up. I'm worried about them picking it as their nearest and then being stuck there. So if I have people move just really far away from the shredders, then they'll never, you know, they'll never try to pick up any of these cubes. So anyway, we set nearest data cube, we then calculate the tens place, and then we step to that. We step to the nearest data cube that they found, and if their nearest data cube is above a shredder, then end? Maybe? I think that might be safe. I'm trying to cover the case of where somebody gets to the end of the program and they are attempting to pick up a cube because there's like one left and somebody else has already gotten to it. I don't know. But anyway, for right now, I'll just do it that way, which is a little bit silly, but it'll work. So we walk down until we're above a shredder. And what we'll do is we find the nearest data cube. We figure that out. We step to that data cube that we want. If it's above a shredder, then we don't do anything. Otherwise, we pick it up and we will walk to now Mem1. We could set it to the nearest shredder. So we'll walk to the nearest shredder. And I don't know what'll happen if they get stuck trying to walk there or not, but I don't think it'll work that way. I think they'll step to above the nearest shredder. I assume the game is programmed intelligently enough to do that. So they'll walk to the nearest shredder, and once they're there, we just enter a loop where if Mem2 is equal to the ground, then we give to below us. Otherwise, we step in a random direction left and right. And if that's the case, then we just jump back and we keep trying that loop over and over again. So then, once we've done all that, we will then step back to our home base, which was 4, and we repeat the entire program from picking up the nearest data cube. This will most likely work. It's very silly, but it will work, I'm sure. So the person to really watch out for is 9 here, because he needs to step towards 0. Everyone's stepped to nothing, which is bad. So instead of this set to 4, I forgot that won't work because I've effectively set it to null. What I will do is instead, we just have everyone step up until they're at a wall. Very inefficient, but it's fine. So if above me is not a wall, then we just keep stepping up. Then we loop through everything again. Alright, so everyone should know which shredder they're going to. They'll need to walk around a bunch. They have stepped to nothing, which is weird. I don't know why they did that. What were they attempting to do? It looks like there's some condition that I haven't really thought through yet. So let's explore this really slowly. So this person needs to get to 9. And that might take them a little while. This person might get to 2 soon. Okay, they found 4. I don't know what they're attempting to step to. Oh, I still have a Mem4 step. I can just remove that. Now this will work just fine. I mean, insofar as I have this incredibly stupid walking around logic, For some reason, one of the workers also killed themselves, which I'm not sure why they did that. I think that maybe there's a condition where if a worker is attempting to pick up a cube that another worker got to, they will kill themselves because they won't have a cube. And now this is coming to bite me very hard. My walking back and forth, left and right thing will not work anymore. I mean, I guess this puzzle will eventually complete, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try, and that sucks. So... what we can do is, if pickup fails, so if I'm on top of a data cube, then we pick up. Otherwise, we need to jump back and pick another data cube. So we'll have that so people won't kill themselves anymore. If we watch this, nobody should throw themselves into shredders. However, I have a case here where this is really, really funny looking, but effectively nobody can get to their folders anymore. So, what I need to do is, instead of taking a step in a random direction, I need to do a full-blown comparison. So, we'll just say this as return. So I need to have a loop here. We step to the nearest shredder, and we need to do find shredder, which I'm just going to draw as a box. Okay, so we find our shredder. How do we do that? If mem2 is equal to this, is equal to what we're standing to, then we give to, and that's it. If what we'll do is we'll give to, and then we will jump out of it. And we'll jump to return, basically. If mem2 is greater than the cube that we're stepping on, we will then step to the right. Otherwise, and then we'll jump back to the top of this loop. If mem2 is... the other thing I could do that would actually be really slick... oh, this could be really interesting. I'm not going to do it. This is kind of like a brute force way. But what you could do is you could calculate the difference between you and the cube that you're standing on, and figure out how many steps to take based off of that. But that might give you negative numbers, and I don't know if the game has those. But at any rate, if mem2 is greater than what we're stepping on, then we'll step to the right, because that must be the case that we're trying to find the folder with a greater number than what we're stepping on. Otherwise, it must be the case that we're less than, and we need to step to the left. So now, people will intelligently find their folder, and I screwed up. So, let's put this on a slower speed, and figure out why I screwed up. So... they discarded 58. I don't know what 6 is doing. Oh. I forgot to put a jump here. So, I can also get rid of this. No, I need this jump. So I can put this into the else block and then have this jump that just takes us to that loop. I could also even put everything into just the else block of here, and then I don't have this jump anymore. So I'll do that. So we only loop if we're in this case. We don't need that anymore. And everything should work out now. Okay, so now everyone should find their folders. They keep stepping up to the ceiling unnecessarily. And they are dutifully finding all of their folders and shredding them in the exact spot. So this worked out just fine. It's not the most efficient, but it worked out just fine. I wonder if I'm really curious to see what happens in this end case here. So, this person attempts to pick up 34. We're gonna have a bunch of people attempt to pick up 31, and I'm curious to see what they do. They just they attempt to pick up these cubes, and then they end. Is this person able to trade places with them? They are. Therefore, this puzzle is a success. Not too far off on a lot of this stuff. It was really hot on some of the random trials, but they're random, so what do you expect? Overall, happy with this. Walk south, pickup folder. Walk south, feed head into shredder. Yeah, people are commenting on the fact that my program was killing my employees. They're expendable, it's fine. They're just people. And anyway, that ought to wrap up this one, so thanks for watching.